Ready?
Let's go.
Hi you guys! Welcome back to Frankie and Kallie, where we take you along on our adventures, share with you our goals, and film weekly vlogs. Today we have a fun video for you, and that is how to look for a new job in a new state.
Different state.
In a different state.
New state.
New state.
We'll pick one of those.
Yeah. So like always, Frankie and I sat down, we did the research so you don't have to, and we're going to put all the links in the description below.
Right down there.
Fox is also here joining us. Yes, if you see him, he is here like always. So let's get into it.
And starting off with the first one, do your research. This is by far the most important one. Look at the job opportunities in that area. Try to find the top industries in that area. See if there's any that pay more than others compared to back home. We really like to use like a cost of living calculator and see if your current salary will work with where you're going to live now.
And this is something that comes from my marketing background, but look to see if the city has like a top places to work list too, because it could give you just like a starting place too. Granted, it is kind of biased just because most of the time the employees are the ones voting for those jobs, but I mean it is a good starting place. So look into those lists. Usually the newspapers have them.
And let's go on to the next one.
Okay, number 2 is make sure to update your resume. And this is a big one, you guys, because if you have your current address, let's say you live in, I don't know, Louisiana, and you are moving, what?
I said Albuquerque.
Oh, okay.
It's fun to say.
This is fun to say. And you are planning to move to New Mexico, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Make sure to put moving to Albuquerque, New Mexico in June 2021. Don't leave your old address, or your current address, I should say, because
Big no-no.
resumes with addresses out of state or even out of town are less likely to be looked at. And if this is a job you're really considering and you would really like an opportunity to have an interview at, make sure to change that. And if the application does ask for a cover letter too, just make a little comment in there. Just say, hey, transferring to Albuquerque, New Mexico in June 2021, and we'll plan to be there no later than the 3rd week in June, or something like that. That's a big one. And then just like any other resume tips, make sure to have your most recent job on there, any volunteer, any leadership experience, anything that could be a benefit and make you stand out to the rest of the candidates.
Number 3, in case you haven't really thought about this one yet, or if you have like a bigger office that is more nationwide or tri-state, etc. If it's in the place you're moving at, see if you can just transfer, or maybe you can get the opportunity of working remote. So I know Callie's currently doing that, and that has been helping her greatly with this move that we are doing as well.
Yep, so I get to keep my job and just work from home in Dallas, and eventually we do have a few offices in Texas. I can go to those offices if I want to. They are a little bit farther away, but it's still an option, and it's in my territory, which I cover, so we're good to go there.
Yeah, so definitely look into that. See if you can either work remote or if you can just transfer offices.
Alright you guys, so number 4, and this is a big one. Well, all of them are big ones, but this one's actually kind of fun. And that is to let your network know your intent and plan to move. Let your friends, your family, your colleagues, your LinkedIn connections, Facebook friends even too, let them know that you are moving, because you never know who has a connection in Albuquerque, New Mexico that could get you a job, or at least a good foot in the door, or just get you connected to some people who could make further connections, because the world is small, right? People have connections everywhere, and it could just make your life so much easier if you already kind of have some skin in the game, with your uncle being the best friend of the CEO to the business you really want to work at.
Yeah,
like,
you hear it everywhere.
Yeah.
You hear like any person that's at a pretty high-paying salary job. What's the best thing you've ever done is grow your connections.
Oh, he agrees.
Just make sure to grow your connections, network as much as you can, and you just never know where that'll take you. So. And
something else you can do on LinkedIn too is try to find connections that are either your current connections and live in Albuquerque or wherever you're moving, and just let them know like, hey, I'm moving in June of 2021. Do you have any suggestions or advice? Or you can also find connections that you don't know and LinkedIn request them and just give them a note and say, hey, I'm moving to the area soon. I wanted to start making some connections. So that's a big tip.
Number 5, just try to find a good recruiter in the area. Every city has recruiters, whether you know about them or not yet. They help out with a lot of different companies. They for sure would have a good understanding of what the top industries are. They would just give you better insight of jobs, and they'll know what's open for you at the moment.
Especially reach out to the Chamber of Commerce's too, because they usually have someone that works within that field. They might not necessarily be a recruiter, but they're kind of like a talent acquisition person, and they try to bring in new people, and that's their job. So get connected with them too. That'd be a great thing to do.
It'll just make it a lot easier on yourself. So make sure to take as much advantage as you can.
And businesses are always connected to the chambers. Like every single top business is a member of the city's chamber, or even multiple. Like I know one of the offices that I work for, they're a part of 5 different chambers, and they really are. They're just a great place to meet so many people. And if you just get connected with the right people at the right time, the opportunities for you are seriously endless. And I mean that. So don't underscore the Chamber of Commerce's. They're huge. Okay, and number 6 is to set up alerts for jobs that are posted on LinkedIn, Indeed, any other job searching site. I can't think of any other ones, but I know that there's several else out there. And basically all you have to do is make an account, enter in your email, and give them the okay. And you can usually filter it, like I want a job in hospitality, manufacturing, only nights and weekends, whatever. You can set all those filters, and they get delivered to you, and you can be one of the first appliers. And most of the time it's like easy apply, so that just means all you have to do is like you have your resume and references or cover letter preloaded, and all you have to do is click send and you're good to go. And I know Frankie does
So
this.
easy.
Yeah.
Yes, so pretty much all your job experience is on there, your volunteer work, your skills. You can even put certificates that you've gotten. All you have to do is just hit easy apply, like she said, and it makes out a little kind of preloaded resume for you. And
Boom, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Just with the click of a button.
And number 7. So you've been looking for jobs for about a month now, and you finally got an interview, and they're asking, why are you moving? Or just be prepared to have your story straight on why you are moving. If you just want like a bigger city, more opportunities, etc., just be honest with them. And
The reason behind that question is they just want to make sure that you are planning to stay here for a while, and they're not just going to hire you, put all this work into you, and then you decide to move in 3 months, right? So you want to be clear about your intent, whether it's you're moving for family, your spouse has a new job opportunity, or something else along those lines. Just be open, be honest. You don't have to get into the nitty-gritty. You don't have to get too personal. They just want to know that you're going to be there for a while.
yeah, they just don't want to make sure you're staying with your cousin for 3 months and then you're leaving.
And the cats and dogs are fighting in the background. Okay, and the last one, and it should be basic common knowledge, and that is number 8, just don't lie. If you know you can't be there until August of 2021, don't say you can be there in May. If you have to sell your house, move your family, quit your current job, etc., 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 and you just show up the first day in May and you are stressed to the max, or you drop the ball and you're like, JK, I actually can't start for another 2 weeks, it's just not a good move, not a good look. So don't lie and be honest with them. Just explain, hey, I am moving, so I would appreciate a little extra time, and just be upfront about it. Don't say and regret it after the fact.
Unless you can actually do it and
Nothing's holding you back, like at your old city or state or whatever, fine. But if you could have a hard time like getting there and making yourself look good, I would recommend just explaining the situation.
yeah, I'm sure they'd understand. Happens all the time in a bigger city. So, and these are tips on just moving to a new job in a different state.
And there you go. We will have all the resources in the comments below. We are so appreciative of you spending your time with us. We hope you learned something new and that you're excited to move and you're excited to find a new job. We're cheering you on, and if you have any questions, let us know and we would be happy to answer them.
And just make sure to like and subscribe, guys.
Thank you.
It means so much to us every time someone new kind of subscribes to us.
It does, and same with Fox. He really appreciates it. He's our biggest cheerleader, you know.
Yeah, every time we get a subscriber, I call Kallie. I'm like, Kallie, we got another subscriber.
Woo!
Let's go. Let's do it.
So we really appreciate it.
Please.
We love you guys. Thank you, and go and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.